Morning to you today on this Thursday, May the 14th of, I said of May the 14th. I won't have to say it twice. Today's devotion is entitled The Idolatry of Success, and this is still in the section that's listed as counterfeit gods. Psalm 135, verses 15 and 16. The idols of the nations are silver and gold, made by human hands. They have mouths, but cannot speak, eyes, but cannot see. Now, some thoughts from Mr. Keller. This is a brief one. More than other idols, personal success and achievement lead to a sense that we ourselves are God, that our security and value rest in our own wisdom, strength, and performance. To be the very best at what you do, to be at the top of the heap, means no one is like you. You are supreme. If our entire culture strongly encourages us to adopt this counterfeit God, how can we escape it? One of the most successful and powerful men in the world in his time was Naaman, whose story is told in the Bible in 2 Kings 5. Naaman had what some might call a designer wife. He was commander of the army of Aram, which today we call Syria. He was also the equivalent of the prime minister of the nation, since the king of Syria leaned on his arm at formal state occasions, 2 Kings 5:18. He was a wealthy man and a valiant soldier, highly decorated and honored. However, all of these great accomplishments and abilities had met their match. The one for tomorrow then is also from uh, 2 Kings 5. This one's the successful dead man, and we'll save that. We'll save that. We won't do two today on this Thursday. But the idolatry of success is all about us. I think there's a saying, too big for your britches, kind of saying when somebody is boasting about themselves, thinking that they're better than everyone else, that they can do things better, all that kind of stuff. And it does have a tendency to go to our heads, especially when we're doing stuff at this level and somebody else we know is doing the same thing, but they're kind of down here on this level. And we begin to think, and the warning, we're warned a couple of times by Paul not to think more highly of ourselves than we ought to think, because that takes us into looking at ourselves as idols, that we're superior to others, that we should not think of others in a less than sense. Again, that's putting other people down, people for whom Jesus died just as much as he died for us as well. We're not better than. We're not we're not loved by God more than these other people. It's just there are differences. That's all. But to think of ourselves as hot stuff, that's well. If you look at pro sports, you will see people who do really well, and the crowd cheers for them all the time, and everybody wants their autograph and all those kinds of things. They want to buy their jerseys. It goes to their head. And it's not surprising then down the road to see as they begin inwardly being boastful of themselves, seeing themselves as being better than other people who play their sport, whatever the case may be. Maybe it's a quarterback, maybe it's a home run hitter in baseball, could be all kinds of different things. Any kind of professional level, not just sports, but other professional levels as well. Um, if we're having great success, that can turn in to an idol for sure. And we need to be careful of that. We need to not boast up ourselves, um, make idols out of ourselves, because God doesn't allow idols. You shall have no other gods before me, no other gods beside me. I'm it. I'm your God, and there ain't no more. That's where we need to find ourselves. If we're in a relationship, a saving relationship with God, what we need to know is, what we need to always remember and think is, He's He's the number one player on the team. We don't get to be better than him. We don't get to surpass him in any way. Ain't one of us going to be doing the kind of miracles that he did, especially when he just simply spoke creation in out of the word. Let there be light. Go ahead, give that a try. You'll be disappointed. When we, I mean, there's obviously things we can do and do them well. The problem comes when we begin to think, oh, I'm a whole lot better doing that than that person. Maybe it's a certain recipe that you like to make, but the other lady doesn't make it as well as you do, kind of thing. I don't know. There's all kinds of places we can go with this one. Success in child raising, success in a job, success in some kind of sport, or whatever the case may be. And it's all right to have success. There's not a problem with success in these things, in these gifts that God has given us. The problem comes when we begin to get pretty smug about ourselves. And again, see ourselves at this level and everybody else beneath us. And that was Naaman's problem. We'll find out more about him tomorrow, the successful dead man, because he does have another issue show up in his life that scares him. So we'll get there. We'll get there tomorrow. And again, just be careful that you think you're getting things done better than others. And it may be a true statement, but at the same time, we don't want to put others down. Kind of grab our suspenders and, well, me, kind of boasting. No, God's not for that at all. And Naaman had a problem with that. Again, we'll get to it tomorrow. Blessings to you today on this Thursday. Have a blessed day.